Good afternoon. I am Dr. Pamela Cormier, Clinical Assistant Professor, class of 1991. That is 1991. This morning, we woke up to rain and even thunder. I began to think, what type of symbolism does that mean for this day, the first day of October of our Lord? Rain can symbolize calmness, a regeneration, new birth, and a fresh beginning. Rain is leaving of the old behind and embracing the new. Some may say a fresh start. I would like to welcome our fresh start. Now we will have our welcome from Dr. James M. Palmer, Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs.
Welcome again. I do not have to remind anyone here, either in person or virtually, that the College of Nursing is an exemplar of educating professional nurses. For over 100 years, the college's nursing graduates have contributed extensively to the quality and excellence in nursing and healthcare delivery throughout the Texas area, the nation, and the world. Recognizing the need in the land-grant tradition of teaching, research, and service, Principal Osborne, a physician, created the nursing program in many ways as an immediate response to the terrible 1918 influenza pandemic. We're in another pandemic 100 years later, and yet the College of Nursing thrives with programs approved by the Texas Board of Nursing with full accreditation by both national bodies. Accreditation Commission for Education and Nursing, who just left campus yesterday. This is a celebration of that departure in some ways too, Allyssa. And the Commission on Collegiate Nursing Education, and we are very, very proud of those accomplishments. The job opportunities for graduates of the college is projected to grow by 15% over the next decade. With a firm resolve to fulfill the highest of standards, the college emphasizes honesty and ethical thinking and treatment, which is why nursing is one of the most trusted professions in the country. This, along with the need for a skilled workforce, is why the college continues to be seen as a leader and an exemplar of excellence. Dr. Betty Adams has led this college with passion and excellence for 20 years. Thank you, Dr. Adams, for shepherding this college for 2 decades. And I just want to share with you that Beverly Copeland, who I don't think is here, but we were on a phone call yesterday, in fact, discussing a partnership with Texas Women's University. And they wanted to remind us, in no uncertain terms, that we had whisked you away in 2000. Indeed, I think Beverly might say we stole her away. But they are very proud of your legacy, both with them and with us. We have since whisked away another tremendous leader, Dr. Allyssa Harris, this time from Boston College. I think her friends, such as Nancy, who is here, and her colleagues and family, like her sister, Aloria, might say that we're stealing her away, too. When I met with the search committee comprised of Dennis Daniels, Gloria Rose, Chloe Gaines, Mona Hassan, Felicia Washington, Arnita Doucette, Harriet Block, Betty Lewis Davis, and others, we said that we wanted a thoughtful, visionary, trusted, reflective, it keeps going on, ethical, transparent, knowledgeable, collaborative, relationship-building leader who understands our mission and appreciates the university and the college's history. After all, the college administrative officer for the college would be responsible for a great deal. Finding the right candidate with our required list of qualities would not be easy. Indeed, it took nearly 2 years to find Allyssa Harris, but we stayed the course. We're excited about her, and we thank the committee and all of those involved in helping bring her to PV. I won't read all of her bio, but I do want to share that Dr. Harris was most recently department chair and program director, associate professor of nursing at Boston College. She has published more than 30 articles in refereed publications, is the recipient of numerous awards, including the Nurse Researcher of the Year by the Massachusetts chapter of the March of Dimes, Excellence in Nursing Education Teaching Award, and the Spirit of Sigma Award, among many others. Her reference checks were glowing. She wouldn't be here if they weren't, by the way. Individuals were sad to see her leave, praised her global perspective and commitment to the profession, as well as her commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusive initiatives. While sad, they understood her desire to grow and lead and to make a difference, incredibly so, not only where she was, but here. When I spoke with the Texas Board of Nursing in June about how to transition leadership, they shared again the forms and the processes and reminded me to give them plenty of time to make sure that they could get things reviewed because they had a lot going on in the pandemic. So I sent things in a few weeks ago. After I sent the letter and the transcript and the CV and all the things that went along with it, Janice Hooper reviewed in less than 18 hours. She said, Dr. Harris is beautifully qualified and approved to serve. We indeed have a gem coming to Prairie View and the College of Nursing. Your appointment, Allyssa, comes with enthusiasm of all of those who had an opportunity to work with you during your visit with us. We welcome you today in your new role with all the possibilities inherent as a dean of the college and its location in the Texas Medical Center, as a leader of this great and storied university. You, Aloria, Nancy, and those of your family who are joining us remotely, your parents and cousins in North Carolina and Atlanta, you are now part of our Prairie View family, and we welcome you.
Greetings will be brought forward by Jalen Hamilton, Dr. Felicia Washington, and Mrs. Maddie Mason.
Good afternoon. My name is Jalen Hamilton, and I serve as the Semester 5 class president. On behalf of the student body, I would like to greet and formally welcome Dr. Allyssa Harris to the illustrious Prairie View A&M University's College of Nursing. With over 100 years of rich cultural history, the story of Prairie View's College of Nursing is one of resilience, perseverance, and excellence as 8 disenfranchised students determined that higher education was truly worth pursuing. Greatness is ingrained in our university, and I am so proud of the heights we've achieved considering the depths from which we had to climb. I am grateful to have the opportunity to witness your transition as dean, and we are honored to have you here to build upon this legacy. Again, on behalf of the student body, I am wishing you best of luck and welcome to our pocket of Pantherland here in the Medical Center.
Good afternoon, Dr. Harris and Dr. Simmons and family. I am speaking on behalf of the College of Nursing. My name is Felicia Washington, the faculty. Vision, excellence, leadership have been the benchmark for Prairie View A&M University's College of Nursing for, as Dr. Palmer said, over 100 years of success. You'll hear terms like syllabi, as you know, course outcomes, benchmarks, student support, encouragement, pride. There is a lot that we have here at the College of Nursing, and rich, rich history. So on behalf of the College of Nursing faculty, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you, Dr. Harris, to our College of Nursing family and to the Texas Medical Center. Under your leadership, the members of the faculty remain committed to continue to lay the foundations for nursing excellence now and in the future. We remain committed to positivity and having a positive impact on the healthcare, not only of the students, but also on, as I always do to the students, pointing across the street on everyone globally as far as this institution of nursing is concerned. We look forward to working with you to create the next steps of the next 100 years and the next and the next and the next. So again, we welcome you to Texas, and we indeed welcome you to Prairie View A&M University College of Nursing.
President Simmons, Dr. Palmer, Dr. Adams, and Dean Harris, and the remaining of the attendees. My name is Maddie Mason. I am the president of the PV Nursing Alumni Chapter and a 1978 graduate of the College of Nursing. We all know the motto of Prairie View. Prairie View produces productive people. But I'm going to quote Dr. Steele. Roshana Steele did a speech in 2014, and her motto says, Prairie View A&M College of Nursing produces productive, phenomenal nurses. As we prepare to celebrate our 100 years of having graduates from the College of Nursing, it is my honor to be a part of this legacy. I have always thanked God that I listened to my dad when he said, get an education. And I thank God that I had a praying mother who prayed for me and led me to the Prairie View A&M University. In 1974, but I was enrolled as a provisional student. But that's what's great about Prairie View A&M University. A student can enroll as an honor student or a provisional student, but with determination, hard work, and faith in God, the student can graduate and become a productive citizen. I am proof of that. Dean Harris, Dr. Adams always quote how Aunt Phoebe came to her. Aunt Phoebe is a past president, and she came to her in 2000. And she said, on the first Saturday of December, the Prairie View A&M Prairie View Nursing alumni will be having our prayer breakfast. And we want you to mark your calendar. Aunt Phoebe went on to tell Dean Adams that the chapter is a praying group. Dean Harris, on this October the 1st, 2021, Miss Maddie is greeting you to let you know that the PV Nursing Alumni Chapter will be having our prayer breakfast on December the 4th. Please mark your calendar. And also, I want you to know that we are continuing to be a praying group. We prayed for a dean, and God answered our prayers. We are so grateful that God touched your heart to accept the position as the next leader for the College of Nursing. The PV Nursing Alumni Chapter is here to support you as a dean, the faculty, the students, and the university. We say welcome. Would the alumni please stand? PV Nursing alumni please stand. This is the support that you will be inheriting as your support from the PV Nursing Alumni Chapter. We have alumni from graduated in 1951 all the way to 2021. This is the spectrum of your alumni support. Okay, we good with that? Will you come, please? On behalf of the PV Nurses Alumni Chapter, we would like to present you this clock that you will always remember what date and time you became the dean of the College of Nursing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Gotta earn my keep, right? Want me to come or?
As our dean has her seat. I would like to welcome you, Dean Harris, and your family, not only to Texas, not only to Houston, but to our beloved Prairie View A&M University College of Nursing. You have a brilliant, eager minds and willing workers to continually execute our curriculum to produce productive, excellent, phenomenal, and compassionate nurses. On behalf of the College of Nursing, family, faculty, staff, alumni, and students, we look forward to your leadership and your vision to this most precious pearl in the heart of the renowned Texas Medical Center at the only historically Black college and university that has such a close connection and proximity to the best of the best in medicine, research, and a very diverse population of people. We welcome you to the College of Nursing at Prairie View A&M University. We will remember this day as a beginning, a new beginning, a fresh beginning through the wonders of rain, a new chapter in your book of life. For the soil has been planted, it has been tended for 100 plus years here at the College of Nursing. In the Bible, rain symbolizes blessings. Dean Adams, we are blessed to have you. From the words of pastor and songwriter Bishop Paul Martin, let it rain. Thank you for the rain. Will the College of Nursing, family, the faculty, the staff, the alumni, and the students please stand and welcome and receive our Dean, Allyssa Harris.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm a little overwhelmed. Um, it really, let me just gather my thoughts together. So good afternoon, President Simmons, Provost Palmer, Dean Adams, College of Nursing, faculty and alumni, esteemed guests, family, and friends. I am overwhelmed and honored to be here. And I would like to thank everybody for their warm welcome to Prairie View A&M University, the College of Nursing, and to the City of Houston. And I'd like to thank the Alumni Association for this reception and their warm welcome. I am truly humbled and honored to be standing before you today as the individual chosen to lead the College of Nursing into the next chapter. You know, 30 years ago, when I went off to Gardner-Webb College to begin my associate's degree program in nursing, I never could have imagined myself in the role of dean at a College of Nursing. As a young girl, I really was only concerned about passing my courses so my mother wouldn't make me come home, because you know how mothers are. And also about learning to take care of patients. But over the years and during my time, first as a women's health nurse practitioner and later at Boston College, I learned that nursing is much more than providing technical care to patients, though that's very important. I've learned that it's about understanding the whole person, about the human experience. It's about building relationships with patients and developing connections so that the evidence-based care that we provide can assist individuals, families, and communities with meaningful changes that can improve their health and well-being. I've also learned that nursing the nursing discipline has its own body of knowledge that grounds our practice. So it is both an art and a science. And so the art is the human experience, and the science is the evidence that we use for interventions. And it's that experience that we use as nurse educators that we seek to impart to our students every day, and that is so important. Prairie View A&M College of Nursing has a reputation for developing excellent and phenomenal nurse clinicians, scholars, and leaders. And working with the faculty and the students, I commit to continuing the legacy of Dean Adams and the others by increasing the College of Nursing's visibility, both nationally and internationally. So I want you to know that I really, really am humbled and really am honored to take this role. I'd like to thank Dean Adams and all the other prior deans and faculty and alumni for their hard work and dedication, both to the profession of nursing, but especially for their work here at the College of Nursing, too. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank a few people that have assisted me this week. So Ms. Janita Dugas, Ms. Crystal Edwards-Rowe, Dr. Felicia Washington and Dr. Michelle Dubois, and Ms. Jadonna Burnett for their assistance this week as I made my move from Boston here to Houston. You've been immensely helpful, and I am truly grateful. And I'd like to thank some family and friends and colleagues that are present with me this afternoon via Zoom for their guidance and support. And so I have a few list of people. I'd like to thank Dr. Gordia Bannister, Dr. Dorothy Jones, Dr. Rona Crozy, Dr. Joellen Hawkins, Drs. Holly Fontenot and Heidi Fantasia Collins, Drs. Jane Flanagan, Susan Kelly Weeder, Dean Susan Gennaro, Dr. Jackie Sly, and many others who have guided my career. And it's with their assistance that I've learned so much, and I'm in this role today, and they've helped me reach my goals. I'd also like to thank Bruce Moore, Marilyn Sun, and Nancy Walsh for having my back. I'm forever grateful for their guidance, their mentorship, their love and support, so thank you so much. I'd also like to thank my parents, Ralph and Derek Harris, that are both in Boston who were unable to come. They are truly the center of the world for my sisters and I. And I'd especially like to thank my father for making the decision to choose Hanscom Air Force Base for us in Boston, as I'm trying so hard, for his final assignment. And it was his decision to move us to Boston that really allowed us to obtain our education to be successful. But it was my mother's support of his military career through 29 years, 11 national and international moves that we made, as well as her constant prodding voice in our ears that propelled us to be the strong, educated women that we are today. So I love them very much, and I'd like to thank them for all their support. So I'd also like to thank my sister, Aloria Harris, who's been my sidekick as I made this move from Boston to Houston. She's truly been my rock this week, and I know that I've driven her crazy. But I'm forever grateful for her love and support, and so she's here with me today. And I'd like to also thank her for her driving skills here in Houston, because it's been a little bit overwhelming for me. And so I'd like to leave you with some final thoughts. My father has many sayings that have left lasting impressions on his daughters. But the one that stands out the most is this. He's always said to us that his father said to him, "Son, each generation should do better than the last. So if you don't, then I would have failed you." And I think of those words often. For me, it's about reaching back and pulling someone forward. And so in this big, diverse world with its complex and ever-changing healthcare system that needs dedicated nurse clinicians, scholars, and leaders to advance health equity and reduce health disparities for all citizens, I am committed to leading Prairie View A&M College of Nursing forward as we educate students. And I want to leave you with this final thought today. Who will you be reaching back and pulling forward? Because I think it's vitally important. So thank you very much for the warm welcome. I am overwhelmed and honored and so excited to be here and to work with each and every one of you. And I invite you to come, email me. I promise to respond to email. Drop by my office, chat, speak. I'm just thrilled to be here. Thank you so much.
We will now have our closing remarks by our president, Ruth J. Simmons.
Okay. Good afternoon. Oh, this has been very moving. Alyssa, I have to tell you that at every single event where I was welcomed to a new position, I cried. Every single one. So much so that my sister complained bitterly about how I couldn't hold it together, and so on. So there's something about that emotion that tells us who you are. And we appreciate very much how much you care. I was sitting, I went to the football game on the weekend, and I went out to dinner after the football game. And I was sitting next to about 6 women who were celebrating a birthday. And it was kind of noisy, but it was fine. It was festive. And I noticed that one of them was looking at me, and I thought, oh, she recognizes me. No, that wasn't it. Okay. So finally she said, to my amazement, you know, there's an aura about you that is striking. Has anybody ever said that to you? Then I thought, okay, scam, right? So I'm thinking, okay. So in spite of that, we started chatting. She had gone to the University of Oklahoma, and many of the women at the table had gone to Oklahoma. But then I went one by one to see where everybody had gone to school. And there was one young woman who said, I went to Prairie View. And of course, I immediately said, really? She clearly didn't know who I was. Are you involved with Prairie View? Then she gave a long peroration about how busy she was, and she wasn't really doing that. And she thought in the future she'd get the time to do it. And of course, I lit into her at that point about being involved with your university and doing what you're supposed to do and so forth. I did at the end reveal that I was president of Prairie View. She was mortified and so forth, but I made up for it because I paid for their dinner. But what I want to say, 2 things from that incident, and by the way, this has nothing to do with my remarks. 2 things to say from that. Alyssa, you have an aura. I think when we first met you, we saw that, baby sister. Which one is younger? You are, baby sister, okay. Down here, we say baby sister. Okay, that's your new name, baby sister. And so when we first met you, we knew that. There are so many different ways to lead. You can be smart and gifted in all kinds of different ways and be a lousy leader. You can have all of the right ideas about the profession and be a lousy leader. But you cannot be a person with the aura that you have and not be the right person for this institution. So thank you for coming to us. The second thing I want to note is that that young woman who was sitting there who had no involvement with Prairie View. You're not going to find that with nursing, okay? You can see on a day like this, which was absolutely impossible because of the weather, you see how people showed up for you. And so take advantage of that. People are not saying, tell me what you need me to do, just to say that. They mean it. So please take advantage of that. We've come today to participate in a process of succession that is as old as organized institutions. None of us can serve indefinitely in our roles. And so the time-honored process of transitioning to different leadership is justifiably observed with all due seriousness and some measure of celebration. This is a ritual of closing one era and welcoming a new one. So this process is necessarily tinged with a mixture of nostalgia for past accomplishments and milestones and excitement for what yet will happen as one builds on past achievements and previous leadership. The achievements and century-long legacy of the College of Nursing is a source of enormous pride, not only among nursing graduates and nursing students and nursing faculty, but also among the entire Prairie View community and the A&M system. There's also ample acknowledgement among healthcare patients that our nurses provide a level of care beyond what is required. The mission of nursing is amply exemplified by its alumni who, with great professionalism and excellent skills and knowledge, represent the quality of education they received at the university. The extraordinary tenure of Dean Adams gives us the opportunity to propel nursing at PV to a new level. Through her good works and long tenure, much has been accomplished, and for this, we are so grateful. Thank you. That we could attract a successor who is so accomplished is due in large part to what you have made possible through your dedication and high standards. There's a kind of thought that goes around in leadership, which is, if you're really bad, nobody's going to want the job after you, okay? But if you're really good, people will be tearing down the door trying to get your job. And I salute you for the legacy that you leave behind. I know this legacy will grow as we look back to understand fully, because we don't know it now. One day we'll understand fully all that nursing accomplished under your leadership. Now, I welcome Dr. Harris to this role. I know Boston College pretty well. I have friends there. I have been there numerous times. And I know the quality of institution that it is. It's a pretty unique institution, actually, in the country. And so I know where you come from. Your career speaks powerfully to the excellence that you bring to this role. Eastern universities, you know, have a very severe bias against hiring their own graduates. Very severe. Boston College overcame that bias in her favor. Completing her PhD there in 2008, she joined the university's faculty and became assistant department chair soon after completing her degree. I will never understand that. She just graduated, and she's already assistant department chair, so look out for that. Her progression through the faculty ranks was a foregone conclusion, as her research and publishing record flourished and her honors accumulated. Indeed, her scholarly profile provides a model for our students and faculty. We have much to learn from her. Now, whenever I give an inauguration remarks for new presidents, I proffer advice to those welcoming new leaders, whether they want it or not. And usually they don't want it. In this regard, I want to admonish those who have the opportunity to support Dr. Harris that she is entitled to define her own leadership. Often when leaders come in, we are ready to pounce. We're ready to impose on them. You need to be like this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that, and on and on and on. And we destroy the very thing that we cherished. Okay? We appoint people because we admire who they are. And then we proceed to tear it down, to reconstruct it in some other image. Don't do that. She must be prepared to define who she is as a leader of this institution. If she's able to do that, and if you give her room to do that, you will be the better for it, I can assure you. She'll have different ideas, and she will no doubt call for change. And as you know, often organizations resist or do not respond well to change. I know I hate it. I don't hate it when I'm doing it. I hate it when other people are trying to do it to me. That's human, that's natural. But growth cannot occur without the willingness to accept change. So I ask you all to give her the time and space to carve out the elements of her leadership that she deems most to her. If we are all of what she's learned, to this role. And if she's permitted to do that, with nursing at PV will continue. I'm so delighted to welcome her, and I pledge my assistance as she gets underway in this new environment. And I've already started to give her pithy suggestions about what she should and should not do. Just like what I told you not to do, I just did it to her. So Alyssa, come. Flower giving environment. We love flower.
Oh,
We present this to you in acknowledgement of it, and I hope you never forget the feeling in this room and how happy we are for you and how much we are prepared to support you.
Thank you so much. Are we giving
No.
hugs? No hugs.
You put your mask on maybe,
Oh,
but
okay,
not now.
okay.
Yeah, so-
My mask is over there. Oh, okay. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you all.